league I'm in have a half of a flag.
Okay, there we go. Third time's the charm. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League, Season 13. It's a first bracket round, and OBS crashed 3 times in a row when I tried to start recording this, which is why we're starting a little bit into the ban phase here. That's okay. We got Hunter Bounty's missing laptop, taking on Wheel Snipe Celly. It's best of 3, as we're in a playoff series. And with me here, we got Randy.
Hello.
And we got this week's special guest, PVC Pipe. So if anybody cheats in this game, or anybody just throws a fit and tilts, and
early GGs or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can laugh at you.
Yeah, and then you get banned. I just really want to reiterate, because we talked about it on the actual cast last week. Like, how small-brained do you have to be to go full tilt and just motherfuck your team and pull out week 7 when you don't have any chance to bracket? And B, how stupid do you have to be to do all that against a team with the league admin in it?
Well, what can you do?
It's tough times, man. I don't think that people that rage like that think through in the long term.
Oh yeah. Hunter Bounty's missing laptop.
Some interesting bans, actually.
Yeah, Rada's been
a lot of Dawn brands.
Rada's been running a lot of pause 4 Dawnbreaker recently. It's an interesting ban though, because, well, he's been running a lot of it.
Alright.
But
CK first pick is, I mean, it's fucking meta. It's pretty broken right now.
It is, yeah.
I think it's weird to see a bristleback first phase banned when you have first pick, because there's no way you can like protect it.
Right.
I don't think bristleback is something you can, not 8 pick in the first phase. I guess. Too many ways to punish.
I mean, Poop is a bristleback expert. He has like a 70% win rate on it in league games, something crazy like that.
I assume every ban is targeted pretty much.
See, I always just assume that there's a strategy behind it, unless,
No.
Yeah.
It's
and I mean, it's usually the wrong assumption, don't get me wrong, but I like to give credit, even when it's not due. Everybody, it's like, I say this a lot, but like, one of the first weeks we were doing this, Kid Dynamite DMs me, and he's like, yeah, we're not really thinking about strategy when we're banning, it's just we're banning their comfort heroes, and I'm like, listen, just don't tell anybody that, and when I'm talking about this, like there's some big strategy behind the bans, then it makes everybody sound cooler.
That's true. Yeah, everyone's favorite meta support, Shadow Shaman.
I love Shaman.
People like supports that can both do a lot of damage in fights and push at the moment, and Shadow Shaman perhaps on the top of that list.
Shoutouts to
Roach at 6, man.
Shoutouts to Cranberry Sprite and Combination Bane who have joined us today.
Hello.
One of your meth team exiles there.
Yeah, we had a run.
Dire team pick.
Okay, Mars.
Mars Rasta.
Interesting.
Pretty meta. Some meta picks going on.
Yep.
I think we're in the major, guys.
Yeah,
Sure
it does look like a major team prop. I don't think major teams are first picking CK. Be like a second pick CK.
They're first phasing them. Teams that can offlane it will first phase it. Does Aro play it too?
I'm not sure. I think Auro's are.
Aro's 3.
If Auro's not their 1, it's their 3 right in this game, because KD would be mid, maybe, or KD would be 1. I'm not sure.
Auro's a 3 for the most part. I just mean that she play the CK. Because like if you can flex it 1 and 3, I think you can safely first pick it until.
You can even be US Danny and play it too.
Yeah, you could.
You could do that. It's a rough hero, and also it's scary to be a Shadow Shaman if there's a Chaos Knight out there.
Yeah, you just die instantly.
Yeah.
Dire team ban.
Admiral Conker.
Texas Ranger Conker.
All right, is it? Because I know a certain captain of this team that's been trying to make that work as a support for a long time.
Ooh, maybe.
He tries to make it work 4, though. I don't think he really takes it 5.
I think we can assume it's Texas
I
Ranger
would
because it's
assume
kind
it
of like
would.
5 his main hero in this season so far.
Right.
Yeah.
Radiant
At
team
least until
ban.
we have a good reason to assume not.
Yeah. I mean, you don't need to ban too much to protect it. I guess Monkey King's good against it.
It's a good pick against the Mars. I mean, it sucks if Kunkka is jumped on in the arena, but if he's not the man of the hour,
10
then,
seconds
you know,
remaining.
he can just drop all of his crap in there, and then what can you do to the people inside?
5
Not much,
seconds
really.
Yeah.
remaining.
I always like to pick Jakiro into Mars for that reason. Because, like, you know, you take over the area he's taking as long as you don't get caught in the arena, which is pretty easy because it's rare for the Mars to be really targeting the 5.
Don't worry, Cranberry, I won't be reading your chat.
Yeah, Jakiro has the added benefit too that it's you kind of waste an arena if you just use it on a 5.
Yeah. And then you just, like, buy a Yules or
10
something.
seconds remaining.
Just like, alright, you just wasted half the time in the arena.
5 seconds remaining.
I will say, first phasing 2 strength cores is very meta. Maybe punish that with DP or
Undying.
Radiant
Undying.
team ban.
I may be
Undying always good.
over-supported, but you know.
Yeah. I just always think percentage damage
Dire team
heroes.
ban.
So even like a Necrophos,
Life Stealer.
always good stuff. Actually, Necrophos, if I'm not mistaken, seems pretty good here.
And Necro be really good on 100 bounties. The Mars and Necro combo is really
10
nasty.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, it is.
We saw a little
5
bit,
seconds
little bit of that in the Co-op Circles finale. If you get a lot of people in that in like early arenas, Necro's just gonna kill everybody. They can't really do anything about it.
So they took out 3 things that I don't know if they really counted it, but they're just meta things. Again,
PVC,
probably
you think you
targeted
could turn
stuff.
your mic up just a little bit?
10 seconds remaining.
Move it close to my face. Is that better?
It's a little too close.
5 seconds. Radiant team pick.
I'll get it. Is that better?
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
You just have to talk louder.
Perhaps. Anyway. Mostly, Snipe Celly is really doling out quite a large
10
variety
seconds
on their
remaining.
ban list so far. You know, every ban they
5
had in this
seconds remaining.
round was probably at a different position. You know, Poop is the Pango player on that team. So they banned out a mid, they banned out a 3, they banned out a 1. Meanwhile, 100 bounties, mostly looking at 1 here. Not a
Yeah,
big
aside
surprise.
from Kid Dynamite's
Yep.
score. Kid Dynamite might be one.
I think that might be good evidence that they're not picking the Necro up this time.
Dire team pick.
Deal.
Alright, that one I'll admit I don't understand.
Yeah, that looks bad into those 2
It
heroes, right?
certainly does. It's not like PL is a super strong hero right now, and I'm sure Kunkka has a very notable
10
cleave
seconds
built
remaining.
into his kit.
Right. I do think
And can build
sometimes,
enough damage to take him out.
yeah, Kunkka does have to build enough damage to take out the
Dire
PL.
team
Sometimes
pick.
you're just not gonna quite see that. Okay,
Oh,
well,
okay,
rip
PL's
PL's
PL.
ruined.
And it's not like you can't flex a PL, dude. I don't know about that.
The PL against Pitlord is very
Horrible,
bad for
awful, genuinely
Sure.
terrible. If Underlord gets a
10
Crimson
seconds
Guard,
remaining.
then oftentimes the PL illusions will be
5
doing
seconds
no damage,
remaining.
like literally no damage. It'll be just mana break from them.
I will say that I've been the Underlord in this matchup a few times, and I'll say it is not fun to be the Underlord, but that's only because you have no mana and you're sitting there still alive for like 45 seconds.
Right. There are ways of fixing that. So there's that.
Nah, there's no way to do it.
Oh, never mind then.
PL. Impossible,
Radiant
sorry.
Winter
Pull out a
Wyvern, it
Wyvern
just got
here just
worse.
to make it a little worse for PL.
Yeah, this
Early,
is-
Really super punishing this early PL actually. Like you get a third pick PL into a Pit Lord Wyvern.
It's
Oh, yeah, with the
particularly
Punk already
bad.
there.
It's particularly bad because not only are these two heroes that are
10
gonna
seconds
clap
remaining.
Phantom Lancer's cheeks, these are also two really good heroes that just
5
completely
seconds
ruining
remaining.
an arena. You know, arena drops, everybody goes in, yeah, I get it, winner's curse, never mind. Arena drops, everybody goes in, yeah, I get him, Pit of Malice, never mind. You know, Pit Lord drops a firestorm in the arena, nothing's happening. Pit Lord, later on
Yeah.
in the game, Pit Lord exists around the arena. Whoops, here's his passive.
Not
None of
sure.
your right clicks doing any damage. Never mind.
Not sure how you answer the Wyvern in this game. Maybe you need a Lotus. I'm not sure.
Yeah, for sure you need a Lotus in this game. This is gonna be tough because I think we're going like Hunter Bounties is going to need both. Like they're gonna need a lot of
Dire
defense.
team
Like
ban.
Florida.
that's
Interesting.
interesting. Not really sure what that's about, but Hunter Bounties is going to need a lot of defensive play in this game. It's like everybody is going to, well, all the cores anyway, are going to
10
need
seconds
BKB to
remaining.
exist to make sure that you're not in the entirely
5
unenviable
seconds
situation
remaining.
of you're trying to fight CK with the Pit Lord debuff on you. You're going to need BKB to exist and fight. You're also going to need probably more than one Lotus Orb to make sure Wyvern doesn't just ruin everything that happens to you. I mean, like, they're going to have to build a lot of goddamn defense this game.
I think the idea behind this Florida probably is just the armor break for the
Radiant
PL.
team ban.
Yeah, very necessary
Yeah.
here. Armor Break also does well for Mars, who is all physical damage.
I mean, yeah, those are fun combos. I just don't. I mean, I think they're in a deep hole. I don't see how they come
Dire
back from this.
team ban.
So that's a mid Mars versus a Kunkka. I don't think that lane's like. I don't think you slow down the Kunkka.
I would
don't
like
think
to.
you ever kill the Kunkka.
It's either a 4 Mars or a mid Mars because it can't be 3 because
True.
there's a
Right.
Florida.
I would like to state on the record for Cranberry Sprite that Crimson Guard damage block, in fact, damage
10
block in general,
seconds remaining.
does not interact with Ward type units. It neither interacts with the Shaman Snakes nor the
5 seconds
Death Ward
remaining.
from Witch Doctor, which is unfortunate. Still,
Radiant team
getting
ban.
completely rid of PL here, basically, is not really
Dire team
it's a good reason to get it. That's all I'll
So we
say.
need a 1 or 3 on Rada team and a mid.
Maybe a
Unless
mid.
Mars is mid.
No, Rada team just needs another support.
No support? Yeah,
They
I guess
pull a
that's
four.
true.
They pull a
10
4 out here.
seconds remaining.
What do they?
Yeah,
pick?
PVC, you were talking about somebody
Another
trying to
Culture
run.
Girl.
5
You were
seconds
trying
remaining.
to put the thought of support Kunkka in Randy's brain, and then it just took over.
It's true, it implanted
I
itself.
did, and then they made it a good core Kunkka game. So why not
Yeah,
go with it?
what can you do?
Right.
You can pull out a Jakiro here. You're like good to go.
Yeah, it's true, it's not bad.
Last picking a Jakiro.
Now that's cringe.
Being a good thing. But like, it does well here. You like it into PL. You like it into Mars.
I could random.
Radiant team
Okay, there we go.
You like it random.
Invoker.
Oh, Invoker. It is the.
It is a
Alright,
4 Kunkka.
One of these is a four. No, that could be a 4 Invoker, maybe.
It could be a 4
Who knows?
invoker. It could actually be a 4
Who
invoker.
even knows?
Does Rada play invoker?
Oh, no. I don't think so.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm not sure. It's an interesting comp for
I've never
sure.
seen him play it.
I think invoker is another thing that PL maybe
Mostly
doesn't like. Maybe it's a who farthest versus between invoker and
Yeah.
PL.
No, it's the 4 Kunkka, I bet. It's Rada on the Kunkka. Because that Wyvern's definitely a Molsky hero.
Yeah.
Juggernaut.
You
Or-
may now
A
select
Juggernaut.
your heroes.
I like the jug. I'm not sure if it's a mid jug, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Interesting comps here.
I'm
So it's
real
4
confused.
invoker.
Oh no, it's a 4 Invoker.
Yep, 4 invoker on Rada.
Legitimately no idea how this Hunter Bounties comp is going to go. They switch up the lanes pretty frequently.
They picked their supports less. Wow.
He
Chad
did, but like, I mean, it's a good game. They won the draft already. I don't think like they could
Yeah.
lose it with that. So he could pick anything. Might as well play
I
the
don't-
4 Invoker. Some
Not a
fun.
fan, by the way, of Jug into Pit Lord. I mean, Pit Lord is never gonna kill Juggernaut ever, basically no matter what happens, but you know, it's a fine trade-off for Underlord because Jug is not going to kill anybody in Underlord's presence.
Yeah, this is real interesting. I'll be real.
Whenever we see a Jug,
The Jug's
go on.
fine in Thunderlord. I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay, but it's not as good of a Jug game as maybe we've seen. I feel like every time we see Jug, it's into like
No.
a super good Jug game.
It's never a super good Jug game when you see something on the other side that has BKB piercing.
Yeah.
Like, let's say a Winter Wyvern.
It's also not good when you have a bunch of
Chaos
stuff
Knight,
to, yeah,
talent.
things to drop that can just waste an Omni Slash. You know, both in terms of dodging it, in terms of making it hit useless things, and in terms of making it hit another hero entirely, or not another hero, just, you know, well, or let's say you get an early game Omni Slash off, and it bounces to Invoker, and he Ghost Walks. Rip Omni Slash, you know.
So KD is the 3 and
You got
Aura's
it.
the 1 C. Okay.
You gotta be quick
One
to
must
get that.
assume.
Invoke the Ghost Walk. All right. So, I mean, I think Rada's team wins this on drafts, but we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see how the 4 Invoker
Prepare for
goes.
battle.
the Hunter Bounty team's draft is like, it has an issue that we've seen a few teams struggle with in this particular season, where it's like, at least outside of like,
Echo.
yeah, it's definitely support Mars. Outside of the overcarry nature of this lineup, this is like a pretty solid draft on paper. It's like, if we assume we're getting PL or Juggernaut anyway, it's a decent draft on paper. There's a lot of really nasty stuff that you can throw into Arena. The armor break off of Slardar is really convenient for basically everybody involved. Helps deal with the Pit Lord a little bit. Like, proactively, this isn't a bad draft. I mean,
30
it's
seconds
not good,
to
like I
battle.
said, over carry, but it could be a lot worse. Downside,
Commit this to memory.
that's a good draft in a vacuum. In this scenario, there is so much that answers everything that the Hunter Bounties lineup has, and really, like, has more to offer even after.
Something here. I have 5 people running to the mid wave.
Yeah. Do you know Kid Dynamite is sponsored by Trash?
True. Oh!
Everybody
Right,
dodges.
EMP. Everybody ran away from the
Plays.
EMP. Wow.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's fun.
I sure hope
Forwards.
Kid Dynamite doesn't get taken out.
It's
His
This is a bit
sponsor
odd,
will be mad.
I can't click and drag my mouse for some reason. Oh well.
Scuffed cast.
Jug mid.
Yep. Jug mid versus Kunkka here. I don't think I like this very much for Jug. We mentioned last week, you know, it's just not a great encounter for Jug, and I think actually, funnily enough, if it's a 1v1, it's actually even worse for Jug. It's an actually even worse scenario, because Kunkka is going to be hitting for a lot of damage really soon. That's just not something that the Jug wants to deal with. He hates high physical damage. He wants nothing less in this world than high phys damage.
Yep.
But that's what he's getting out here. RO is playing pause 1 this game, so this is, I suppose, a good
There
time
you
as
go.
any for our traditional roll call. So, for Hunter Bounties, missing laptop. Playing pause 1 this game, probably not any of the other ones in the series, but playing pause 1 this game, we've got people order our patties. Poop on Phantom Lancer, who is sponsored by the Kansas City Chiefs. Another big sponsorship. Ray Bay Bay, pause 2, playing the Juggernaut. Pause 3, you've got Manifest Destiny / Captain Pyro / Senor Cruz / Charles / whatever he is today. Captain of the team on the Slardar. Pause 4, you got Jumpman / too poor for school lunch on the Shadow Shaman. He's too poor for school lunch because he spent all of it on that NFT.
Yeah.
And he
He's
is
gonna
going
be
to be
going
a
down.
lot poorer. Could be a lot poorer real soon.
He's dead.
Molsky steals first
Molsky.
blood, Molsky anti-value. And finally, pause 5.
They have another stun for the Soror. Okay, they decided not to go forward.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean he was on his way out. They're zoning him out of this creep wave basically.
Yep.
Finally, pause
Wolski
5.
should really be aggressive or pull one of those two things.
You've got the
Look at how much mana they both have left. Like, Jumpman comes back, they can just kill him again.
you've got the current winner of the most suspicious man in the league award on Laser Goes Pew Pew on the Mars. Meanwhile,
It's fine.
on the other side of the coin, for Wheel Snipe Celly, Aro, currently this game playing pause 1 on that CK.
We're seeing a lot of damage
Oh.
here. Okay, the Shackle's gonna save him.
Aro on that pause 1 CK. Pause 2, you got Texas Ranger 45 on that signature Kunkka. Pause 3, you've got Kid Dynamite standing in
Oh, a
protecting
nice torrent to get the water.
Sad. Pause 3, you got Kid Dynamite, sponsored by Trash, on the Pit Lord.
Rada getting some stacks. Because he's a pause for invoker.
Yep. Pause 4 on the Invoker. Captain of the team, you got Rada G Gas, sponsored by 19. And finally, pause 5, you got Molsky, who's sponsored by his own avatar.
Oh, there you go.
So far, it's been mostly quiet in these lands.
So, Jug started out super strong in the mid wave. He still is winning it by a little bit, but not as much as he was a couple minutes ago.
Oh, I
Trusting
figured it
Dynamite.
out. It's not that
He's
my...
dead.
Yep. Rip. It's not that I can't click and drag, it's that my mouse is broken. And it's only working like 1 out of 3 or 4 times. If I'm clicking and hovering around the map, you can see... Oh no, it is a little bit consistent, so it is just being weird right now. I love Dota! Spaghetti code.
Well gotten.
This could be
I will
tough for
say-
Wolski right here.
Yep.
He's a,
I will say, I think Aro
yeah,
getting...
he went back in.
Yeah, it's
They
rough.
go back in. The greed. He's alive though.
He is
22 HP there.
Dang. Oh, and he uses the salve on himself.
Oh,
Oh, he's not
greedy.
gonna need it.
That's true.
What are they gonna do?
That's
Hit
the gear.
Aro?
Yeah.
Damage?
That Seeker will take damage in this lane.
Not yet, anyway.
Well timed bash, and then the pause 4 uses the cell on himself, so it's equalize.
Perfect.
That pause 4 is greedy. Ask any pause 4, they're the most important person in the game.
True.
I know a pause 4 who thinks that.
Wait, it's
It's
me?
nobody who plays in this league, but you know, I know a pause 4 who thinks that. Randy, do you know anybody who would be by that description?
Laser's gonna die here.
Just get casually, just run up on the pit
Yeah,
lord. It's too hard there.
They ran at KD there, and then just got all the Underlords full, kind of cast it on his head.
Right.
Sometimes Underlord will press his buttons. It's weird like that.
Wish he wouldn't.
So we got some cards out. We got some dead cards gone. Let's see.
Yell. No, he's just fine.
I don't think they have to go too aggressive. I think they could. No, they got 2 range creeps down bottom. If they play their cards right, stop pushing this. Just like kill the range creeps. That's actually a pretty good move by Pat's my daddy. Pulling the creeps into the tower so it will end up hitting this cart sooner.
Right.
Super
they could-
aggressive sidelines.
I don't know if he has.
Texas
He's
Ranger.
not gonna have Alacrity yet.
Oh, we got a kill
First
down
saw
there.
me of the
on Kunkka.
game out on Texas Ranger. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how the fucking jug Kunkka lane tends to go. I would assume
Usually,
it goes Kunkka favored.
yeah, usually Jug doesn't like it, but it seems like this time it's been, you know, Kunkka has been pretty hard pressed to actually get that much of an advantage on them. Of course, just took a death there, which is not great, but
I think that's what keeps happening. 'Cause he's got 9 denies. He keeps using the Tidebringer
Right.
and can't walk up to get the range creep or something.
Texas Ranger, of course, just not a mid specialist here. Interestingly, Ray Bebe really isn't either. Just kind of two pause ones playing mid at each other. Always fun. So you will see things like that happening in games like this.
Is under attack.
Man, look at this bottom lane. Rada has not been around. He's still level 2.
Yep.
Yeah, he's just giving all the XP to KD.
Yeah.
I'm almost a little surprised that
It's just what it is. I don't think Underlord level 6 is super important.
yeah, I was gonna say I'm a little surprised he actually even leveled it when he got it this early. I'd say usually as Underlord, unless you got a pretty pressing reason to do so, if you've been getting like a lot of soul
No,
XP.
kill him. That was actually such a good thing they didn't take advantage of. He missed the spear and he was behind him, and then Rada got the cold snap off. If KD turns around and casts spells, I think it was a dead Mars.
Yeah.
Could be. The thing I was about to say is, I think if you get your PL, like not your PL, if you're a Pit Lord and you're just this far ahead on the level chart, I would say it's probably better to just put off the ult for like
Ranger.
a level or two.
They've sniffed out this Texas Ranger gank.
Yeah.
So we'll waste a little
Yeah,
bit
I
of his
saw him
time.
grab the rune, I think.
On the
no,
other
they-
hand, Jumpman
They have a
is randomly
sentry
dying.
ward combo. Of course they see him.
Not only did Shadow Shaman just go down, but Slardar also is pretty much in a state of active route. I mean,
Radiant's top
or
Yeah,
he's
I
not
mean,
going to be
that-
enough of an active route and just die. Never mind, I was out of mana.
Aura's no mana for the stun.
Bro has mana,
I don't
that's a
think
very
that,
dead Slardar.
This is a good matchup. I don't think he wants Slardar into CK.
I mean, oh. They're going in hard on Rada here.
Yeah, they are.
Ends up going down. Dynamite gonna get beat up a little bit here. Gonna ping.
Maybe.
Yeah, because he should be fine. Oh no, Jug's here. Maybe he's not fine.
Gonna get on mead. Oh, we're just spun.
Put him in a popsicle.
It's gonna end up killing him. Yeah, he's got the ult.
Get Dynamite at least puts the Omni Slash in a position where it's
Oh, they
Gil's
can
in
get-
trouble.
Yeah, they can get the pill.
Yeah.
Oh, side there. Nicely done. Love to see it.
Kind of an unfortunate result of your mid ganking your puzzle does.
That's true.
Right. Especially if your pause one dies in the lane that's being ganked.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Texas Ranger's gonna get this double damage.
See,
I like that he
equalized.
pulled him back early so that he couldn't like time it and spin it.
He's caught up by this point with Juggernaut on the last hits. He was trailing for a while, but he's kind of on top now. Something has clicked in Texas Rangers' mind. Maybe he's listening to the cast and he heard, oh, the Kunkka versus Jug matchup is good? Maybe I should take advantage of it. I don't know.
Come
But,
instead again.
I think he just got more levels than the Tidebringer.
Yeah. The confidence has come out and he
Shaman
started
Knight,
hitting that
yeah.
way. And Chaos Knight
Every time
is...
to get Shaman.
Chaos Knight is starting to look really tough
Very
to deal with.
scary. Yeah.
Especially
I mean-
considering he's about, you know, he's getting really close to double Kid Dynamite's, not Kid Dynamite's, getting really close to double Poop's last hit rate so far. And there goes a courier.
Legitimately, anytime Jumpman shows in this lane, he can just get run at and killed.
Right.
There's not much, you know, like a Slardar can do about it. It's not a defensive
KD
offlaner.
just like denying his he just denied his cart when they have 3 people down there.
Your arena Rada here, maybe? Nope, not gonna spend the arena.
Completely no need.
Oh, maybe there was a need.
Invisibility is invincibility, my man.
There would have been a
They're
need
gonna
if-
drop the world on Laser's head.
Yep. Ray Bebe thinks about sending the healing ward in to go after him, but
Oh,
ultimately
nice
decides-
tornado.
Tidebringer, good.
Eat my way.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's a really
Sick
wacky looking
Tidebringer
card.
angles.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you get. I mean, he's not a mid specialist, but he is a Kunkka specialist, and here you go.
Yeah.
It's really bad. It's like,
Radiant's
this match was already not going to be good for PL, right? Like, no matter how this shook up, Like, even if PL somehow found a way to decisively win this offlane against Fitlord and Wyvern, which he wasn't, but even if he was able to do that, it's like he still was going to be really struggling against CK if he had even a modestly good performance. And that didn't happen. Instead, CK smashed his offlane to bits, and PL spent about half of the safe lane cowering under tower and just getting an occasional last hit, mostly with illusions.
Radiant's bottom tower is
I'm just
under
confused. I thought the Jug was picked because it was a good lane into Underlord. So it was kind of a good lane into Underlord.
They just decided to send him mid instead. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that was confusing. But
Yeah, it's
hey,
bad.
different people play different things.
Lane is probably the best
Radiant's bottom tower
possible
Yeah, that's
time
part of
against
it.
Underlord, yeah, for Juggernaut. It's the only time he's going to be that scared of the
Dire's middle
spin.
tower is under attack.
Well, they didn't do that.
Sour down here. It will
Yep.
likely fall.
Classic LD2L tradition. Really the Season 12 tradition. We haven't really seen that much of that in Season 13.
Radiant's bottom tower
But Kid
has fallen.
Dynamite, who is a Season 12 captain, is keeping it alive. Knocking out the T1 bot for Radiant first.
Yeah, they're gonna find laser
There is,
here.
yep.
Rada does have the item, the only item he needs this game.
Radiant's middle tower
Got an arena.
Yeah, but do
Volsky
they get a
just
kill
doesn't
from it?
care. Absolutely
Oh,
does
this
not
is-
get one. That was a... Okay, that was kind of a bad
was a
reversal.
good
The Cold
curse.
Jug just
Wow.
walked into it.
Okay.
Okay. Good deafening bless.
using all
Molsky
the
is still looking
spells, man.
very screwed. Yep.
Yeah, he's done.
Good Dynamite opened up a gate. Try and go home, but no such luck here.
Gonna
be taking it himself.
Mana back. He's got to get back in there quickly, though. That's gonna run out. Yeah, he's not gonna make it back.
Likely is just going to... Yep, rip.
Damn.
Radiant's
Gonna have
top
to
tower
TP.
is
Fine,
under
it is
That's
a
attack.
fine.
TP.
Yeah. It's a nice thing about Pitlord, you know. In a situation like that, you don't necessarily need to care about if you can take the road back in, because you just, you know, you got TP there.
The Drug's going Maelstrom build. It's kind of your fighting earlier build than like a
Lots.
Battlefield build would be.
Lots of stuff dropping on Texas Ranger here at top. He really kind of screws the whole thing over by just dropping a casual boat at his feet. That just splits everybody up, and now they're just having a rout again.
So I was
Kid
watching
Dynamite.
Midwave, and as good as it looks, like as scary as the Shug looks, he just ran into CK and lost almost all of his HP. Just almost got 1v1 killed by
Yeah.
Arrow.
Thing is CK lowers armor and hits you with physical damage.
Yeah, up
So
at
it's
top,
not a great matchup.
up at top, PL and Mars get a great jump on Texas Ranger, and then he just drops a boat at his feet, and they all just have to run away. That's all he has to do.
Yeah, Texas Ranger has plate mail and 2 bracers right now, and a phase boots. I don't think they're gonna kill him. Then.
Well, not with anything physical damage based now.
That's what I mean. Where's their magic damage?
Pretty much all on Shaman. This
Shaman,
entire...
Yeah,
and the jug
Shaman's gonna
spin.
chew him to death. Shaman's gonna kill him. There we go.
Shaman and the jug spin, that's all they got for it.
Uh-huh.
And I guess the PLQ as well.
Yeah, that little encounter between Jug and CK at mid there just kind of illustrates how vulnerable Jug is now.
Yeah, 5k ahead too.
I mean, let's take a look at that net worth chart. I mean, it's just such a bad scenario to be any of the right clicks on that team. It's like, you gotta beat a CK. You gotta beat a CK who's 2k net worth against above any of your cores. And, oh yeah, by the way, you gotta do it while doing 35% less damage. I mean, it's just such a nasty scenario.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Arrow's been a beast, like just crushing this thing since she took over.
He's gonna run at Charles here and
Easily
eliminate him
eliminate
from
him.
the game instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you're counting on somebody who's like one of the better players in the league to make a mistake. I don't know.
Bebe just giving up on the idea of team fighting or anything, and is just trying to push down bot.
Yeah, I mean, Rada's big strength has always been his drafts, and this draft he played them, it looks like.
is under attack.
Did they play themselves?
Maybe. That's true.
Maybe.
We'll give them the credit and say Rada played them.
Sorry. We'll say that.
Did you ever notice, by the way, because Ocelot and I randomly discovered this like 2 days ago, the skill isn't called it, but the actual buffs that Tomato and Potato give to each other are actually called Tomato Rage and Potato Rage.
I didn't
Yeah, there
notice
you go.
that, no.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's a jungle creep. I don't know about those things.
Yeah.
I'm a support player.
Well, hey, you know, you're gonna play Shin sometimes, you know.
Yeah, you need to become a Chen min.
Dire's top
I
tower
was.
is under attack.
I was back in the day.
So they dropped the snakes on the tier 1 up here.
Yeah, tier 1 is gonna go down in record time. There is one thing that this lineup has to its credit.
They have a
and
Pit
it's-
Lord GP coming in from the back. They're
yeah,
all here.
Everybody. Arena is going up, but this is looking like a lot worse of an arena for them than it is for Wheel Snipe Celly. Omni Slash is going out, but again, it's just doing baby damage.
Oh, what a tornado!
Tornado comes out, and that plus a well-timed
He's gonna
popsicle
die for it.
completely inerts the Omni Slash there. Only Jug walks away.
What an Underlord jump. Just completely takes them off guard. Kind of catches
Yeah,
them with their
Underlord.
pants down there.
These guys are just beefy.
Ill-gotten gains.
There's 5 bracers on their team.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is
Big
under
beefy
attack.
heroes.
Like Kid Dynamite there, dropping the Rod of Ados just to force Jug to spin, so he
Radiant's top
literally
tower
can't do
is under
anything.
attack.
Yeah, that was a super value Fiend's Gate.
Super unvalue Arena, super unvalue
Radiant's
Omni
top
Slash.
tower
Like,
has
that's
fallen.
really just as big news. It's like they completely demolished all of their team fight. It's like Omni Slash comes out and half of it hits Kunkka when he's in the popsicle from Winter Wyvern. Arena goes out and then Texas Ranger just hits all of his buttons on top of it. Pit Lord hits one button on top of it, and then suddenly everybody has to clear Arena. Like, not only did they get a good jump, they also just completely annihilated any hope that WSC, or not WSC, any hope that Hunter Bounties had in that particular matchup.
Jumpman.exe
Both
has
for
been
the
deleted from
Jumpman.
the game. Yeah.
Deeps with you.
Fucking stealing his apes, dude.
Going in the recycle bin. This is only the second worst thing that's happened to that guy
Radiant's
recently,
middle tower is under attack.
after what happened in FPs. Hello, Juggernaut, says CK. Before nearly killing
Yeah.
Juggernaut solo through spin TP.
Again, Sunstrike. Almost. I don't think that would have killed him necessarily, but
PL is super dead. Every time PL exists around this lineup, he just dies instantly, which is no
Yeah,
surprise.
they have no map control right now. Like, literally,
Illusion.
the Rada team can just run into their jungle anytime they want, take their sacks, and kill whoever's there.
The way this PL pick is shaken out, like where they chose to do it and what happened to it, it just kind of reminds me of some of the horror stories we have in some of the Co-op Circles games, where you just get like a Wraith King in that exact same spot, or like an LC in that exact same spot, and then 2 counter picks later, we have 1 less hero on the team. Just really, really messed up when that happens near Pause 1. And I think they kind of brought it on themselves here. I mean, is there anybody out there who's going to say PL is the hardest Pause 1 to counter in the game, or is even hard at all? Even if you pretend Pit Lord doesn't exist, there's just a lot of answers to him right now.
Feels. Looks like he might be caught again here. See if he can get away.
CK got the wrong
Or
one.
picked the wrong illusion. Unfortunate. Oh, Kid Dynamite.
Yeah, coming in from the back. It's a Rada Vatos off. Running through the trees.
Oh man. The vengeance.
And this time CK picked the right one.
Radiant structures are fortified.
That's rough.
Radiant's
And
bottom
again,
tower
just
is under attack.
PL is dying so much that in the time I spent talking about how PL in
Dire's
this
top
game
tower is under
is just
attack.
doing them no favors, the way they picked him just did them no favors. In the time it took for me to go through one rant about the PL pick this game, he died again. And now CK has a heart. because he was already so easy to kill before. Now he has a harder task.
Yeah.
Sartor accidentally breaks smoke there.
Oh, he's got Atos.
Yep, Ato's coming out. Pitamella's coming
Yeah,
out.
I guess dead.
Sartor does stun everybody, but what does that mean at this point? Mars TP'd in to try and do something about that, but he TP'd in right on top of the Pitamella's, so rip. Ray Bebe is saying they're coming this way. PVC Pipe is attempting to fix his microphone in the background, I believe.
No, I had a kid yelling in the back, so I was muting myself.
Nice.
Yeah, this is a super commanding game for Rada right now.
Right. Yeah, it really does look like... I just don't...
They
I
have
mean,
to
they really
throw
just didn't
really
have
good.
a path to victory to begin with, it felt like, let alone at this point.
Yeah, my gauge is if Chris doesn't want to first pick PL, then I don't think it's a hero for the most part. But it's definitely not a third pick hero.
No.
Like I'm usually not very much for blaming everything on the draft, but PL's just a specific hero. And he can't be flexed anywhere, so if he ends up with a bad matchup, he's just in it, and you have this much wave clear, this much counter to it, it's just... And he's the thing that has to be your win condition. There's like no PL game where someone else is really your win condition.
Right. And unfortunately for him, in this game, PL is not the win condition, it's Juggernaut, and that condition is still not happening.
Yeah, that condition is equally unlikely, I would say.
Right.
The thing about making someone else your win condition is your PL doesn't forward that. Like it doesn't support anybody. In
No.
any way.
He can't... He's entirely self-sustaining, and you can see the effects of what happens when PL has to share in this game. Where he's trailing 2k net worth behind his mid, and is having negative impact more than anything else.
At least on the positive, to be positive for Mr. Poop's team. Like, losing in the draft is easier to fix.
Right.
Like, you know, you can look
You
back
better
at this
do
game
it
and
soon.
say, we fucked up in the draft, but, you know, we can, you know, if you have a draft advantage and you lose by this margin, maybe that's demoralizing.
Yeah.
Right. It's about quality of wins. Quality of wins are an important factor, I think, to get up a win sometimes.
man.
Again, another
What a boat.
just disastrous arena. The arena drops and it just all goes wrong. Everything comes into the arena, so everybody who jumps into it just dies.
Yeah.
Everybody on Mars's team who goes into the arena dies. It's just not a good place to be. Juggernaut has
Like,
given up on
they
life, I
couldn't have
think.
The curse.
Goodbye, Jug.
Nicely done, Molsky, actually. That was a really good decision to curse there. A lot of times you get caught up trying to get like 5-man curses all the time, but when you realize like, yo, Jug, like, he's the target.
Right. On the draft subject, yeah, I was talking about quality of wins. It's like one of the more notable, I think, games we had in Week 7 was the DeBush and MK Ulti game, where it was like when MK Ulti was massively outdrafted, when they just had an awful team comp. They still actually did fairly decently for himself. Like Mikkel was still like 11 and something. And then when they had an equal team comp, MK Ulti just walked all over them. Like that's like
That calls it.
GG. That's a good situation to be in when you're at a draft disadvantage, is to just sort of have the comeback confidence you have off of that. You know,
That was a right hook right to the mouth right there.
yeah, the issue with this game is that not only did they have a quite bad draft, they also got really badly totaled in this particular game. I feel like, you know, this was a massacre. This was a total beatdown. No kills outside the lane. I mean, like,
You have
outside
three
of Wolfsgate.
three losing lanes, and like overarching losses in the draft. Like, I think this is a bad enough draft loss where it's like you can write it off with your team. Like,
Right.
say, hey, we fucked up that draft so bad that's not representative of us. Let's GG, go next.
Our next lobby's up.
Yep. Well, for those of you on YouTube, we'll see you soon. For those of you on stream, we'll see you right now.